Oh, he was happy. He was a happy baby. He, eager to learn. He was very eager to learn. He wanted to know how to read so bad. He always said, "What does that say? And what's that say? And then what's that say?" Oh, man.
Was he a happy child?
He was a very happy child. Very, very, very happy. And he was, like I said, eager to learn.
Okay, we're going to talk about Monica Sherrod's criminal history. And she does have one. July 16, 2012, theft. All right, state of Texas versus Monica Marie Sherrod. Spring, Texas. July 16th, 2012. It was a misdemeanor theft case. Her bail was $1,000. So the assistant DA of Harris County said on or about July 16, 2012, defendant did then and there unlawfully appropriate by acquiring and otherwise exercising control over property, namely 2 flat irons, 3 pairs of pants, 14 shirts, 1 tool set, 1 game controller, 2 sweaters, 2 sets of speakers, 1 set of headphones, 3 pairs of shorts, and 3 books, owned by Teresa Barger, who is the complainant, and the value was over $500 and under $1,500. And she did it with the intent to deprive the complainant of the property. Really, girl, did you have to steal her books? July 3rd, 2013, assault of a family member. Okay, Monica Sherrod, she used to live in Spring, Texas. July 3rd, 2013. It was in Harris County Criminal Court. And here's what the probable cause says. Affiant spoke with Leslie Pinkerton. Affiant learned from complainant that the defendant, whom she knows by name and sight as Monica Sherrod, is her daughter. Complainant reports that on July 2nd, 2013, defendant intentionally struck complainant in the head and the chest with her hand, pulled complainant to the ground with her hand, and purposefully stepped on complainant's toes with her foot, all of which caused complainant pain. Complainant reports that she believes her toes are broken. Affiant observed redness and swelling to complainant's toes. This occurred at complainant's home located in Houston, Texas. Nice daughter. She's real salt of the earth. August 26, 2015, driving on a suspended license. Okay, state of Texas versus Monica Sherrod, Spring, Texas. She was arrested on August 24th, 2015, and it was a misdemeanor driving while license invalid. And it was a $1,500 bail. So Monica Sherrod, on or about August 24th, 2015, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly operated a motor vehicle on a highway during a period in which the defendant's Texas driver's license and privilege was suspended, and defendant was operating without insurance. It says before the commission of the offense alleged above on May 22nd, 2014, in Harris County, Texas, defendant was convicted of the misdemeanor offense of assault of a family member. February 5th, 2018, possession of meth. State of Texas versus Monica Marie Sherrod, Florina Parkway in Dallas, Texas. Date of arrest, February 5th, 2018. Felony charge, possession of a controlled substance. Bail, $20,000. Monica Marie Sherrod The defendant, on or about February 5th, 2018, unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly possessed a controlled substance, namely methamphetamine, weighing more than 4 grams and less than 200 grams. Oh, but she's not spun. Give me a break. So it looks like Monica Sherrod kind of lucked out when the state offered to, in exchange for her guilty plea, they dropped it from 4 grams of meth to less than 1 gram. So she was sentenced to 180 days in Harris County Jail. And the plea admonishment says you're charged with felony criminal offense of possession of a controlled substance, 1 to 4 grams. The state moves to reduce such charge to the felony offense of possession of a controlled substance less than 1 gram. And so her right to appeal, she basically waived it because it's checked off. It says it's a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal, and the defendant has waived right of appeal. Signed March 13th, 2018. So here's another really bizarre post on Facebook from allegedly Monica Sherrod's dad. Kurt Pinkerton posted on May 16th at 5:32 p.m. Cash and Carter are 2 little boys our daughter Monica has been taken care of since they were left with her a few weeks ago by a parent who dipped out. For Cash, 4 years old, he was abducted from her house yesterday in South Dallas, taken away from the home, raped, beaten, and stabbed to death. Get that? Why is he saying raped, beaten, and stabbed to death? Unreal. They caught the 18-year-old kids did it. He is behind bars, and he won't see you very many more days, I'm sure. Cash now live in heaven. You will not have to worry about being abandoned no more. So here's another totally bizarre post that totally contradicts what Monica Sherrod said to the Daily Mail. And this is by her dad, Kurt Pinkerton, again on May 17th. An update for now. The kid that abducted him was 18 years old. My daughter has video of him on her surveillance, taking him from the home. By everyone was sleeping. He slipped in the house without anyone noticing and took him around 5-something in the morning. My knowledge, a friend was with him, who recorded the whole incident and went back to the house with him again because they were planning on taking Carter, his twin brother, and doing the same thing. People were awake in the house and looking for Cash by the time he returned, so he just went away. I thought she said they were all fucking sleeping. After the police pick him up and the other boy, who are seeing more people's porch videos a couple blocks down, where they duck voice body in the street, the other kid turned over his phone recordings to the police showing them what happened because he recorded the whole thing. Sick fuck. They better all start getting their story straight because they're going to trip themselves up. What craziness is this shit?
Oh, he was happy. He was a happy baby. He, eager to learn. He was very eager to learn. He wanted to know how to read so bad. He always said, "What does that say? And what's that say? And then what's that say?" Oh, man.
Was he a happy child?
He was a very happy child. Very, very, very happy. And he was, like I said, eager to learn. And he was, like I said, eager to learn. He loved bugs. I don't like bugs. Cash would chase me with bugs. And he thought it was funny. Cash was more outspoken than Carter. Cash was the leader. He was the one that showed Carter how to do everything. Carter's a smart boy. Cash was the one that was brave enough to follow through with everything. So Cash was he loved school. He loved, like I said, reading. He loved books. I used to read to them every night. And he always wanted me to read the same book over and over again.
And you went to the shrine to him for the first time yesterday?
Yes.
And you laid down his favourite toy?
His dinosaur. He loved the dinosaur. It was given to him by my son Landon. And Cash, I have so many videos and pictures of him running around the house with that dinosaur. He will be missed here very much. Very much so. Cash was like my own son.
Can you tell me a little bit about the day when it happened?
Yeah. I woke up a little late because, like I said, Cash didn't wake me up. Cash is normally the one that wakes me up. In the morning, we get up about 7. We eat the breakfast, and then we get ready for school. That's what they called it. And we'd sit at the table and do our ABCs and our shapes and our colors, and then I'd let them go play, and then we'd do lunch and then naps. The day
what
that
happened on this day?
the day that he was missing, I got up late and I thought it was weird. It was kind of like, it's 10 o'clock, you guys, already. You waited late to wake Mommy up, so I figured Cash was still in bed. My son is who walked in the room and said, "Where's Cash at, Carter?" Because they're never separate. They don't separate. And Carter goes, "He went outside. He went out front." So we believed Carter, you know what I'm saying? And so my boys started looking for him, and I started screaming, "Cash, if you're hiding from Mommy, it's not funny anymore. Come out, it's time for breakfast." He wouldn't answer, so I called 911.
Did you look for him around the house?
Yes, they went all the way around the block. My boys did. They went all the way up this alleyway. They walked all the way down to the little corner, you know, yelling for Cash. And he wasn't answering, and I knew something was wrong. Something in my mind I knew. So I called 911 and told them I couldn't find Cash. And they said, "When did I notice he was gone?" I said, "Immediately when I got up, when Carter woke me up. We noticed Cash was gone, and I didn't even think about their surveillance system."
When did you look at the surveillance?
When we were at the detective's office, my son, I was crying and I was confused and like in a million pieces and praying to God they would still find Cash, and that little boy wasn't Cash. I kept telling my daughter, "That's not Cash." And she said, "Mommy, it has to be. Nobody else is missing a baby."
When there was a report of a body that had been found?
And I said, "No, it's not Cash." And when my son had went into his interview, Matthew was the last to be interviewed, he remembered all of a sudden, "Mom has cameras." And I when you're going through something like that, you don't think about all of that. All you think about is your baby that's missing. And when they said, "Mom has cameras," I rewinded the cameras, and there he was, the boy taking my son out of his bed.
How did you feel when you saw that?
I freaked out. I'm sure my kids heard me. I was devastated. I started screaming because my daughter kept telling me, "Mom, somebody did this. Mom, somebody did this to our baby." And I'm like, no, they didn't. He's going to be found. They're going to find him. And they did. They did do it. They took him. Why would they hurt him? He was 4. He was like this big, like he was so little. He wasn't even the size of a 4-year-old. He was so tiny. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't.
Can you just tell me where you saw the?
Okay. It looks like all torn apart. I've got the surveillance if you want to see it. I had no clue he was even taken. I thought Cash got out. I thought he got out the front door.
So I went looking for him.
So we all did. My son, him, and my son Matthew were basically looking for him. And when 10 minutes into it, I called 911 because I realized he didn't just get out.
Speaking of Leslie Pinkerton, Monica's mother, and the GoFundMe says, Remembering Baby Cash Always, organized by Sarah Nelson. And Cash is spelt wrong with a K. Just to speak my opinion here, Monica Sherrod is not the boy's biological mother or stepmother. I believe she acts higher than a kite in that interview with Daily Mail. I'm not blaming her for murdering Cash. Darriynn Brown was arrested for kidnapping and burglary with pending charges. TREVOR Gernon, the boy's dad, is missing in action, piece of shit, has 11 active warrants. That's it for me, everybody. This is such a sad case. I'll keep you updated, though. Justice for Cash. Talk to you later, guys. Love you. Bye.